So everybody, as we talked before, I'm here to help you while your teacher needs me. She's always been my friend, just like a sister. And now that she needs me, I'm going to help her as long as I can. So if you need any help, if you have any doubt, you may call me in private at the WhatsApp app. Okay, send me text messages and I'll answer you as soon as I can. Let's start reviewing Unit 1. That's what friends are for. So in this snapshot, we're looking some characteristics a man looks for in a partner and a woman looks for in a partner too. So what do you look for when you find a partner? When you are looking for a girlfriend, what do you expect from that person? Then you have this vocabulary, okay, here, what women consider important and what men consider important, okay? Then, in this conversation, Chris and Kim are talking about their expectations when they find a date, okay? So they're talking about a wedding they're going. And she asks, okay, and he asks her if he has someone to go with him, and they're talking about a third person, okay? I like guys who aren't too serious and who have a good sense of humor. Someone like you. Something is in the air. Love is in the air. Okay. And then he throws everything away and he says, I think I know just the guy for you, Bob Branson. Do you know him? No, I don't think so. I'll ask him to meet us for coffee and you can tell me what you think. So, do you think she was looking for someone else? What do you think? You're gonna listen to the second part of the conversation to check if she needed another person. In this grammar focus, we talk about relative pronouns. Relative pronouns are pronouns who substitute the repetition of a previous term. For example, I like guys who aren't too serious. I like guys that aren't too serious. So, in order to not repeat, because it's not good to listen to the word twice, we use relative pronouns to mean that we are using the same term. I like guys who have a good sense of humor. Okay? Uh, that, as in Portuguese we use que, in English we use that as the general word for relative pronouns. But you have who, you have when, you have where, you have many different relative pronouns, okay? And they may be used as the subject of a clause and as the object of a clause. In this case, I like guys who aren't. Guys aren't too serious. Subject. I like guys who have. Guys have a good sense. Subject again. And here, I prefer someone who I have fun with. I have fun with someone. So here is the object. I'd prefer someone who I can talk to easily. I talk to someone. In this case, it's the object of the clause. Okay? Now, in this exercise, you need to match column A and B. Probably you have already done this exercise. Okay? In word power, we have to study more words about psychological description. What is an easygoing person? What is an egotistical person? Inflexible, modest, sociable, stingy, supportive, temperamental, unreliable. So it's good for you to make a research about these words. You try to read all terms, and when you have any doubt, please use a dictionary, even an online one. And if you can, prefer an English dictionary, okay? So you can practice more your English vocabulary and comprehension. Then we have the listening exercise, whose script your teacher has sent to you a minutes ago. I saw at the WhatsApp group. And the discussion you should do in pairs or groups of four. In the groups you have, what is the ideal parent, friend, or partner like? So you write your answers and take turns describing your ideal people as audio recordings, okay? Do the audio recordings in the groups so your teacher can listen to them and help you if you need. In the writing, you're going to think about your best friend, and as you answer the questions, you write a paragraph about your best friend. So, what is your best friend like? How long have you been friends? How did you meet? How are you similar and how are you different? Of course, you can give more information, okay? But you don't need to. Okay, be careful to write a text that makes sense. All right, don't write the words without connecting them to each other. Okay, here in the perspectives we have a quiz. What is a quiz? A quiz is a quick test we do sometimes on the internet, sometimes in Teens magazine. So do you get annoyed easily? Do you easily get fed up with the things? Then you check the answers that apply to you, okay? Check the ones that you agree with and check your results. I'm not gonna do this test because I get annoyed really easily. So for me, I think it's 7 to 8, but I'm not doing that for sure. Exercise number 9, pronunciation linked sounds. Well, in English, linking is a phenomenon that happens very often. That's why when we listen to a recording of a native speakers, we have some difficulties in understanding the words clearly, okay, especially in American English. So it upsets me when a person is unreliable. So listen, person is unreliable. We check the final consonant to the vowel sound that follows them, the final consonant to the vowel sound. And we link them as if it was only a word. So we do this orally, not in written form. Okay? How can I study this? Practice, practice, practice. Okay, that's it. Well, now we have another grammar focus that talks about it clauses. I don't know if you're going to remember, but in English, we don't have clauses without a subject. So when you don't have this subject, you use the word it. Okay? Maybe in Portuguese, uh, they wouldn't have a subject, certainly, but in English we need to use the expression it. And it gives origin to the it clauses plus adverbial clauses with when. In this case, we're going to study the it clauses that use when. Okay, for example, I like it. What do I like it? I like it when a teacher is helpful and supportive. In Portuguese, maybe you wouldn't see this it because it doesn't exist, but in English, it must be there. Okay? I don't mind it when a friend visits without calling me first. I can't stand it when a child screams in the restaurant. Okay? In this case, it is the object of the sentence. Okay? Now, in the next examples, it makes me happy when people do nice things for no reason. It bothers me when my doctor arrives late for an appointment. It upsets me when a close friend forgets my birthday, okay? Don't try to say these sentences in Portuguese because the it in Portuguese will not be necessary, but be sure that in English you need to use them. It's something we need to how can I say, practice and put in our minds, okay? So we fix it to our minds. Then we have the reading exercise, as you do usually, okay? As you usually do, read the text and answer the questions that follow it, okay? Now, In chapter 2, in unit 2, we have career moves. Okay, we talk about careers. Careers, hot jobs in demand careers of the future. Well, I don't know if they are still demanding nowadays because things have changed quickly. Okay, when our parents were young, you only should have three careers. You should be a lawyer, a doctor, or an engineer. That's why you have a position of doctor. Nowadays, we know that careers vary very quickly, and we have many options of career where you can be successful and you can earn a lot of money. Okay, so here are some suggestions: simulation engineer, health informatics technician, green researcher, organic food farmer, social media manager. Well, these are jobs that 10 years ago probably did not exist. Okay, so here in this listening we have a career debate, people talking about jobs, and you check the speaker you enjoy the most. Okay? What do you enjoy more? Listen and read. In this grammar focus, we have some gerund phrases. What is that? In Portuguese, we use the infinitive form of the verbs to make these sentences with the same meaning. But in English, you should use gerund phrases to pronounce them. So being a flight attendant sounds exciting. So you're using these gerund phrases as subjects. Designing clothes is not a man's job. Prejudice. Working as a veterinarian could be rewarding. Directing a TV show would be interesting. Now, you can also use them, okay? You use being, not you use to be. To be a flight attendant sounds exciting. No, being a flight attendant sounds exciting. And you can also use them as the object of the sentence. For example, he'd love being a flight attendant. He wouldn't like being a fashion designer. She'd enjoy working with animals. She'd be good at directing a TV show. Okay? In this exercise, you're going to use the gerund phrases, the verbs, and the adjectives to form, okay, these ones you need to create, to write similar sentences, okay, and create new one. For example, working as an accountant would be kind of boring for some people, but for other, I'm sorry about the siren, okay? It's because the fire station is next to my house. It happens very often. Now, then, after you write these opinions, you in pair, you can talk about the jobs. For example, one student may say working as an accountant would be kind of boring. Another student may argue about that, may disagree. Okay, maybe he doesn't think it would be boring. All right, different opinions. Exercise C completes the sentences with gerund phrases. I'd be interested in having another job. Okay? Suffixes. When we talk about jobs, we can form new words by adding the suffixes er, or, ist, or ian to form the names of new jobs. Now, I would like you to complete these jobs and write them in the correct column. Okay? Then we have the speaking exercise. You're going to write about a career you would like to have. Okay? Well, I think that recording a video would be a great idea for this exercise. Okay? You may do it through WhatsApp. It's excellent. and save it in the gallery of your cell phone, okay? Then we have the writing, and again, we talk about jobs, but this time you describe the pros and cons. So you say, what is it good about being a comedian and what is it not good about being a comedian? So, first of all, blah, blah, blah. In addition, on the other hand, to give the negative sides, okay, use the expressions of connection, that is, the connectors, the linkers. They are going to introduce the idea you want to show. For example, first of all, is to start the reasons. In addition, furthermore, you're going to add more opinion. However, on the other hand, you're going to give different opinions, opposite opinions. In conclusion, you're going to conclude what you're going to say, okay, what just started saying. Then we have another conversation, okay. In this conversation, they talk about a summer job. And he's comparing these summer jobs to other jobs he had before. Okay? So he's saying what is good and what is not good about this job. What is better than the other and what's not better than the other. So, since he's comparing, in Grammar Focus we talk about comparisons. Okay? We can use comparisons with adjectives, with nouns, and with verbs and past participles. With adjectives, just like we learned long ago, is more interesting than, is less interesting than, is harder than, when we have short adjectives, is not as hard as when we have the comparison of equality. Okay, so with long adjectives we use more or less. With short adjectives we use er, than. When the comparative is of equality, we use as. With nouns, we needed to use the comparative, okay, the adjective, and then we use the noun here. For example, has better hours, has worse hours than, has more education than, isn't as much work as. Okay, equality, superiority, all right, as we did before. With verbs, see, check that the verbs come before the comparison, okay? Earns more than, earns as much as, doesn't earn as much as. But if we use the past participles, it comes in the middle as the subject, as the nouns. Is better paid than, as well paid as, isn't as well paid as. Okay? Then we have an exercise to complete, and if you have any doubts, please ask me or ask Val. Okay? Pronunciation techniques stress with compound nouns. So when we have nouns with two words, we must pay special attention to the syllable stress, okay? For example, zookeeper, firefighter, bank teller, truck driver, gossip columnist, guidance counselor. If you need any more, okay, the first word is the one which has more stress, the stressed syllable. Now, write two more examples to this chart. In this listening, again, we talk about summer jobs as the conversation. And the role play of this unit is about your job. My job is the worst. Choose a job from the unit, make a list of all the reasons why you wouldn't like it. And now in this case, you only write bad things, okay? You're not gonna write good things about the job. The objective of this exercise is to, sell the worst job. So you must be convincing, okay? And to end, okay, coming to an end, we have the reading, all right? You have a list here. People give their opinion, and after reading their opinions, you please do the exercises. Okay? I hope I can help you with this video recording, and if you have any doubts, please call me at any time. Okay? Bye bye. See you on Monday.